Hey, we're back. Honda Urban Express second run. 13.7. Is that that's the new record, I guess. However, top speed was no better than yesterday, right around 33 miles an hour. So I guess I've got to just switch to a different belt, smaller belt. The BX31 is just it basically creates too tall a gear, and I need to get the RPMs higher to hit on the pipe, so oh well. I guess we're going to go for a little extended coverage here. The Urban Express. We give it another chance here. And it was also four-stroking right as I was hitting about 33 miles an hour, or 32, it would four-stroke. And so, the jetting might be a little bit off as well. But this is a different engine on this bike altogether. I put on a stock engine so I could test out that MLM circuit pipe, which fit on the stock engine. It did not fit on the engine with the DR kit. So that's why I went through all this trouble, and I'm still going through trouble. So let's queue up the qt50 Black. Second chance for the qt50 Black. As I mentioned in my other video, the tire pressure was kind of low, about 17 psi in the back and about 20 in the front, and I pumped it up to I think 36 psi, so we got double the tire pressure and it felt a lot better this time. But as you'll see, sometimes tire pressure can create its own set of issues. I'll just go ahead and tell you. Basically, with more tire pressure, you have less drag on the road anyways. And so the engine's working not as hard. So with the increased tire pressure, I was actually four-stroking. And my top speed was actually a little slower this time, but we want to get a better than 18-second acceleration time for this one block acceleration. So let's see if we do it. I think I had to, I had traffic coming. I had to get over the side. Didn't have my speedometer app going, so I just had to fire it up here and let cars behind me go by. I forgot about this. Oh well, sorry about that. Little extra footage. You can see it's kind of doing that thing again on me where it's throttle response is off. So I come up with an idea and I decide to give it some gas. Yep. And we're off. Go, go, go. Let's see if we can crush 18 seconds. Come on, pick up. We need some speed. 16.3. That's a little more respectable. So, what's the order now? The Urban's in the lead, followed by the Towny, followed by the Chappy. Urban, Towny, Chappy. Followed by the Express, followed by the Black QT. least in terms of acceleration. And then my top speed was actually a little slower than yesterday. It was 40.4 miles per hour. Again, I was four-stroking. I think I gave it another shot here in terms of top speed again. But the reason I like this bike so much is it's a stock cylinder. And we're trying to get as much out of the stock cylinder as we can. And what was it yesterday? 41 point something, 41.2 top speed, which isn't bad. So I'll keep working on this and see if I can eke out a few more miles per hour. Okay, we've got the red qt50. This ought to be interesting. Little run up to the starting line here. This one has better acceleration than the black one, I'm gonna say. This guy like pulls over and then he like tries to pull right back in front of me. It's like, dude, make up your mind. What are you doing, man? Is it that hard? Is it that difficult? What are you doing? Do you not know I'm there? I mean, didn't you pull over and let me go by, and then now, psych, we're not going to let you go by. You know, I don't know what's going on, man. I'm just trying to ride. Everybody's doing all kinds of crazy stuff around me. Actually, I set the, at least on this 6-bike challenge, I set the top speed mark going up that hill. It was like 46 something. I might tell you here in a minute, or a few seconds.
We just set the speed record off course.
I don't tell you how fast. Anyways, it was like right on 45, 46, I don't know. All right, let's go. That's a little better than the black. .2. I think that's the fastest. This camera is kind of a fisheye view, so the cars look farther away than they are. But I was right up on this guy and had to back off. The thing about this bike is when you get in the power band on the exhaust, it starts to take off on you, and then you kind of let go, you roll off the throttle to slow down, but it keeps going faster. So you roll off some more, and it's not slowing down, it's going faster. It's kind of crazy. This thing is crazy. It's not kind of crazy. It's nuts. I think I'll roll up onto some more traffic here and have to back out of it again. I'm rolling up on this guy and I'm like, oh well. So I eventually decide that I need to find a little more open roadway in order to do this. I didn't put them all on the video, but I rolled up on traffic like at least one more time and decided enough was enough. let's see where I cut to the final run. Somewhere around here. I know it's coming up. I think it might be, I take a right and then I cut to one last attempt at a top speed run. But 13.2 is not bad for the little acceleration. So now we have the red QT, followed by the Urban Express, followed by closely by the Towny, followed closely by the Chappy, and then the Orange Express, a couple seconds away, and then the black qt50, which is just a dog off the line. So I had to pull over. For some reason, my temps were shooting way up. Could be the exhaust got a little loose on the cylinder and air was sneaking in. So I stopped for a minute, let it cool down, and we give it one more run. And this is what I was talking about here. I'll try to point out, you know, it's got a specific range where it produces the most power. Well, right about now, there it goes. And in that range, the throttle does not respond like it normally does. That was 48, I think 48 miles an hour even there. And you try to roll off the throttle to slow down, and it just keeps going. So it's just nuts riding this thing. It's kind of crazy. I was actually scared because you know the brakes on this thing just are not meant. I mean, they do all right, but they're not meant to deal with these kind of speeds. So if you want to build a qt50 like this, I'll just tell you from the start that it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. It's like an amusement park ride. And of course, you've got to deal with, you know, people pulling out in front of you or doing all kinds of goofy stuff. So just be warned. But if you've got a stock qt50 and you want to make it fast, here's what I suggest you do. You start out with a performance exhaust, and you jet the carburetor for that exhaust. And then once you have that dialed in, maybe you go to a bigger carburetor with a different air filter, and then dial it in again. And then your final step is probably the top end. Put on the new top end, and then dial in the carburetor, the jetting again. Every time you do something, you got to change the jetting. Now, a lot of guys will go out there and they'll buy $800 worth of parts and just slap them all on, and then something doesn't work, and they're like, what went wrong, you know? And you don't know because you've slapped on all these $800 worth of parts and you don't know what the problem is. So do it one thing at a time. Exhaust, jet the carburetor, get it running right, then change the carburetor, jet it, get it running right, then put on the top end, jet it, and break it in. And then on the qt50 you want to do the PW50 gears as well. It gives you about 10% top end. So anyways, there's the final showdown, the final of the showdown, and the qt50 Red was the champion on both the acceleration and the top speed. So no surprise. Thanks again to the Kentucky Yankee for the idea, and stay tuned. In the meantime, ride safe. We'll see you soon.